What if your miracle was already prepared for you, waiting, watching, hoping you would finally notice it? What if the only thing keeping you from receiving it was not your past, not your circumstances, and not even your hard work, but the words you speak? The truth is, miracles are not reserved for the special few. They do not only happen for the lucky, the rich, or the famous. Miracles respond to something deeper, something quiet yet powerful, your inner belief and the words that grow out of it. Many people chase signs from the outside. They wait for a breakthrough, a blessing, a clear path to fall from the sky. But here is the truth most people miss. Miracles begin on the inside. They are born in your thoughts, shaped by your emotions, and carried to the door of your life by the words you speak. And if those words are full of fear, doubt, and limitation, the miracle stays on the other side of the door. There is a spiritual key many have forgotten. Your tongue holds the power to bless or block. When you say, "I'm always unlucky," the world responds in agreement. When you say, "Nothing good ever happens to me," the mirror of life reflects that back. But when you dare to say, "I am ready to receive a miracle today," something unseen begins to shift. You may not feel it instantly, but the spiritual realm listens. It hears you. It moves. Think about it like tuning a radio. If you're set to a station of fear, you can't hear the song of peace, but change the dial, even slightly, and the signal comes through. Your words are the dial. What you say is what you tune your life to receive. This is why we must be careful, not just with our conversations, but with what we tell ourselves in silence. The most dangerous lies are not the ones others tell you. They're the ones you repeat to yourself without question. Today you're going to learn how to change that. You'll learn how to speak a new truth that invites miracles. Not just once, not just for today, but again and again until your life overflows with blessings. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to know all the answers. You only need to start speaking life. You only need to believe that what you say matters, because it does. It always has. If you've ever felt like your prayers were ignored or your voice wasn't heard, then this message is for you. You don't have to wait any longer. Say the words and watch how the world begins to shift in your favor. That is the power of faith spoken aloud. That is the beginning of every miracle story. And today, your story begins. It's not that miracles aren't real. It's that many people are too distracted, too doubtful, or too tired to notice them. Some people spend their whole lives waiting for something to change, waiting for someone to come, waiting for the pain to stop or the light to return. And while they wait, their words slowly build a wall between them and the miracle they were always meant to receive. Here's what most people don't realize. Every time you say, "I'll never make it," the wall grows higher. Every time you say, "This always happens to me," the door closes a little more. Your words are not just sounds. They are spiritual seeds. Whatever you plant, you will eventually see. So if you are planting fear, anger, or defeat with your words, it should be no surprise when that becomes your experience. Some might think, "But I didn't mean it that way." Yet the universe is not listening to sarcasm. It doesn't care if you were joking. The mirror of reality simply reflects what you send out, without judgment, without delay. If your heart is full of bitterness and your mouth speaks defeat, don't be surprised when life keeps sending you evidence to prove your words true. This is why miracles seem so rare, because most people are unknowingly speaking against their own blessing. They curse themselves with every complaint. They weaken their faith with every word of worry. They cancel their hope with each whisper of doubt. It's like trying to drive forward while slamming your foot on the brakes. The vehicle is ready, but the direction is confused. But here's the good news. You can change direction at any moment. The moment you decide to speak differently is the moment everything starts to turn. Even if you've spent years saying the wrong things, Grace is still available. Miracles don't count your past. They respond to your present. And if today you choose to speak with faith, then today the miracle starts moving your way. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stop speaking as if you're defeated. Speak like someone who believes the impossible is possible. Speak like someone who knows that heaven is listening. Speak like someone who expects to win. Because the truth is, most people block their blessings with their own words. But not you, not anymore. From this moment on, you will speak the kind of words that unlock doors. You will speak words that make room for miracles. Your life is not just shaped by what happens to you. It's shaped by how you see what happens to you, and even more so by what you believe is possible. There's a truth hidden in plain sight that most people overlook. The world is a mirror. It reflects not only your actions, but your beliefs. Whatever you believe deep inside, life will find a way to prove it to you. If you believe that the world is against you, that people cannot be trusted, and that good things always slip through your fingers, then the mirror of life will show you more of that. You'll attract moments that match that belief. You'll miss opportunities even when they're right in front of you, not because you're cursed, but because your vision is shaped by your inner world. But here's the beauty of this truth. If you shift what you believe, the mirror begins to shift too. Imagine waking up every day and saying, "Good things are coming to me today." At first, it might feel like a lie. Your eyes may see chaos, your bank account may look empty, your relationships may feel distant, but the mirror is always delayed. Just like a seed doesn't grow the moment it touches the soil, your words and beliefs take time to reflect into your reality. This is not wishful thinking. This is alignment. What you believe creates the picture. What you speak gives it shape. What you feel adds color. And eventually, what you experience will match what you've been painting all along. People often ask, why does it feel like I take one step forward and two steps back? The answer lies in what you truly believe when no one's watching. Do you believe you're worthy of a miracle? Do you believe that blessings chase you? Or do you still believe deep down that nothing ever works out for you? The mirror cannot lie. It only reflects, and it will always reflect the strongest message coming from your soul. If you want to change your life, don't start with your actions, start with your beliefs. Look at your inner world. Ask yourself, what do I really believe about myself? About God? About what I deserve? Because that belief becomes the instruction for the mirror. Start speaking a new belief even if you don't feel it yet. Say, I am loved, I am chosen, I am receiving miracles right now. Say it daily, say it loudly, say it until your body believes it. Because eventually, the mirror of life will have no choice but to catch up. When you believe in abundance, you will begin to see it. When you believe in healing, it will show up in your life in unexpected ways. When you believe that you are guided and protected, the mirror will start to reflect divine timing and protection back to you. This is the unseen spiritual law that turns belief into breakthrough. The world is only showing you what you've shown it. So show it something new, show it faith, show it love, show it confidence, and watch what happens next. There is something powerful about the spoken word. Words are not just sound, they are energy. They move things in the unseen realm. And there is one simple phrase you can begin to speak today that opens the flow of blessings and allows miracles to begin working in your favor. That phrase is this: I am ready. I receive the miracle prepared for me today. Thank you. Say it out loud. Whisper it if you must. Say it in your heart if you're surrounded by noise. But say it with your full attention and presence. These words are not magic. They are not a trick. They are an agreement between your soul and the divine. You are saying, I am open, I believe, I trust. Most people go through life asking for blessings, but not believing they are worthy to receive them. They say prayers with their mouths, but cancel them out with their thoughts. They say they trust God, but then speak fear over every detail. They ask for abundance, then say, money never stays with me. They ask for love, then say, I'm hard to love. They ask for peace, then say, I'm always anxious. This confusion blocks the flow. The power comes when your mouth, your heart, and your soul all agree. When you speak something and believe it with even a mustard seed of faith, that's when heaven responds. That's when the blessings begin to move toward you. It may not be instant, it may not come in the way you expect, but it will come. Say this right now. I am ready. I receive the miracle prepared for me today. Thank you. Let the words soak in. You don't need to beg. You don't need to convince. You simply need to agree with what is already waiting for you. Because the truth is, your miracle is not lost. It's not far. It's just waiting for you to be ready to receive it with faith. The more you speak this, the more natural it becomes. It becomes your inner language, and that language changes the atmosphere around you. You walk differently. You feel lighter. You begin to expect good news, and in doing so, you invite more good news. When you speak words of acceptance and gratitude, it's like opening the windows of your soul. Fresh air rushes in, light floods the room, and slowly but surely, your outer life begins to reflect the peace and power you've begun to create within. Say this as often as you can, in the morning, before you sleep, in moments of fear, in moments of silence. Let this phrase become a part of you. I am ready. I receive the miracle prepared for me today. Thank you. The more you speak it, the more blessings you'll notice. Not because you forced it, but because you finally allowed it. Everything that exists in the physical world started as a picture in someone's mind. Every invention, every building, every beautiful creation began first with an idea, a picture formed inside the imagination. This is also true for the miracles you desire. They begin inside, not outside. You must first see them in your spirit before you see them in your life. Take a moment right now to imagine your life after the miracle has happened. Close your eyes if you need to. Ask yourself gently, what does it look like when my prayer is answered? How do I feel? What do I see? What am I doing? Let the answers rise naturally. Don't force them. This is your soul showing you the blueprint of what is possible. Maybe you see yourself healed, walking with strength, breathing deeply without pain. Maybe you see yourself smiling with joy, surrounded by people who love you. Maybe you see yourself stepping into your dream job or waking up in peace instead of fear. Whatever you see, trust it. That inner image is not a fantasy, it is a seed. And when you water it with faith, it begins to grow. Now ask yourself, who am I in this vision? What kind of person have I become? This is important, because in order for the miracle to stay, you must become the version of yourself who can hold it. If your dream is big, then your character must rise to match it. This is not about being perfect. It's about becoming whole. You might imagine yourself as someone who is calm, confident, full of love, someone who takes care of their body and mind, someone who speaks kindly to themselves, someone who believes they are worthy of joy. Begin to describe this version of you, not the one who is stressed and doubtful, but the one who is already living in alignment with the miracle. Now speak it. Say, I am becoming the version of me who is ready for this miracle. Say, I already carry the peace I once prayed for. Say, I am aligned with the life I was created to live. This is how you begin to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Not by chasing, but by aligning. You become the person who belongs in the blessing, and the blessing will find you. Do not be discouraged if the vision feels far. What matters most is that you return to it daily. Water it with attention. Feed it with faith. Keep that image alive in your heart. Because one day, what you once saw only in your imagination will appear before your eyes, not as a dream, but as your new reality. One of the biggest reasons people give up right before their breakthrough is this: the delay. They speak the words, they believe with all their heart, they imagine the blessing, but days go by, then weeks, and nothing seems to change, so they stop. They speak fear again. They go back to worry, and without realizing it, they interrupt the very miracle that was on its way. This is where many hearts get tired, but this is also where your faith becomes most powerful. You must understand something important. Miracles in the physical world take time. Not because God is slow, but because this world runs on a different clock than the spiritual realm. The moment you believe, the moment you align your heart and your words, something does move, something does begin. But the outer reflection needs time to catch up with the inner creation. Think of it like planting a seed. The moment it touches the soil, life begins. Roots start to stretch. Cells start to divide. But if you look at the ground the next morning and say, "See, nothing happened," you are ignoring the truth of how things grow. The same is true for miracles. The roots go deep before the flowers bloom. This is why your job is not to worry about how long it takes. Your job is to remain faithful. Keep speaking the truth even when nothing seems to move. Keep thanking God even when the door still feels closed. Keep visualizing the promise even when the problem looks bigger. Faith is not proven in easy moments. Faith is proven in silence, in the gap. In the days when your emotions want to run, but your spirit says, "Stand still." These are the moments that shape your breakthrough. Remember this: the delay is not the denial. It is the time between the seed and the harvest. It is the space where your roots are growing stronger, where your patience is being stretched, where your miracle is taking shape behind the scenes. Every time you feel like giving up, speak again. Say, "Even if I don't see it yet, I still believe. I still receive. I am still chosen." These words keep the door open. They keep the signal strong. They remind heaven that you're still in agreement. What most people don't realize is this: many of their prayers were working until they stopped speaking them. They were on the edge of receiving, but then they gave up. Let that not be your story. When you feel the delay, hold on tighter. When doubt whispers, speak even louder. The mirror of life will eventually reflect what you believe consistently, so stay faithful, stay ready, stay in the vibration of receiving, because when your time comes, and it will, you'll realize that every moment of waiting was preparing you to carry the blessing that is now yours. There is a language that opens the gates of heaven, and it's not complicated. It's not long prayers filled with perfect words. It's not dramatic declarations shouted into the sky. It's the language of faith, love, and truth. This is the language that heaven understands, and it's the language that miracles respond to. But many people speak the language of fear. Without even realizing it, they say things like, "It's always something," or "Nothing ever goes my way," or "I can't do this." These words might feel small, like expressions of frustration, but they carry spiritual weight. Each time you say them, you align yourself with lack, struggle, and defeat. Words are seeds. Every time you speak, you are planting something in your future. So what are you planting? Are you planting life or death? Are you speaking blessing or burden? Every sentence you say is either watering your miracle or pushing it away. God responds to faith, not fear. Heaven agrees with truth, not self-doubt. When you speak words like, "Everything is working for my good," "I am covered in grace," "My miracle is on the way," you are sending out a message that invites divine help. You are aligning your heart with the higher plan. It's not about ignoring your problems. It's about refusing to give your problems the final word. Instead of saying, "This situation is hopeless," say, "Even here, something good can happen." Instead of saying, "I'm a mess," say, "I am healing, I am growing, I am learning." This shift in language creates a shift in reality. The language of heaven is filled with trust. It is gentle, it is strong, it is full of praise, even in the storm. It says, "Thank you," before the answer arrives. It says, "I believe," when nothing seems possible. It says, "I receive," even when you feel undeserving. Make it your mission to speak words that build, not break, words that lift, not crush, words that heal, not harm, because your words are not just noise, they are instructions. The universe listens, the angels move, your own soul adjusts. Speak life, and life will find you. Practice this every day. Wake up and speak a blessing over your day. Before bed, speak peace over your rest. Throughout the day, speak encouragement into your situations. Let your tongue become a tool for transformation. Because when you speak the language of heaven, miracles begin to move in your direction. Many people live in a loop, a quiet, painful loop where they hope for miracles but expect disappointment. They get excited about something new, start with energy and joy, but after a few setbacks, they say, "Here we go again." They fall back into disbelief, and the cycle repeats. This is the hidden reason why so many never see the breakthrough they long for. It's not because the miracle isn't coming. It's because they fall out of agreement too soon. Their faith flickers like a candle in the wind, there for a moment, gone the next. But to see lasting change, you must break this cycle. The cycle begins with observation. You look at your life and see what's missing. Then you form thoughts based on what you see. Those thoughts become your inner picture. That picture shapes your emotions, and your emotions guide your actions. It's a loop. Observe, think, feel, act, based on the past, not the future, not the promise, not the truth. To break this, you must flip the cycle. Don't start with observation, start with intention. Choose the picture you want. Speak the belief you want to carry. Feel the emotion of what it would be like to already have it. Then let that guide your actions, let that guide your mindset, and let that feed your spirit. This is the cycle of the believer. It says, "I don't care what it looks like. I choose what it will become." It says, "I see bills, but I speak provision." It says, "I feel tired, but I declare strength." It says, "This storm will not break me because my foundation is deeper." Your old pattern may have kept you stuck for years, but you have the power to change it today. Speak a new cycle into existence. Refuse to let the past become the blueprint for your future. Refuse to let what you see determine what you believe. Let your faith lead your vision, not the other way around. Even if you've failed before, this time is different. Because now you know the truth. Now you know how the cycle works. And with this understanding, you are no longer trapped. You are free, free to speak, free to believe, free to receive. And with that freedom, your miracle can finally arrive. You don't have to wait for someone else to fix your life. You don't have to search for someone to save you, rescue you, or give you permission to believe again. You are the vessel of the miracle. You are the one chosen to carry the light. The power to change your life is already within you. This might feel hard to accept. You might think, "But I've made so many mistakes," or "I don't feel worthy," or I've been broken for so long. But let this truth sink in. Miracles don't require perfection. They only require readiness. And you are ready. You were created with gifts, with purpose, with value. You were not made by accident. You were not forgotten. There is something inside you that is stronger than your past, deeper than your wounds, and more powerful than your pain. That something is faith. That something is light. That something is the voice of God saying, "You are mine." Start seeing yourself the way heaven sees you, not as a problem, but as a promise, not as broken, but as becoming, not as small, but as sacred. When you change how you see yourself, everything else begins to change too. The reason so many never experience miracles is not because God doesn't move. It's because they've never fully accepted that they are worthy of receiving, but you are. And today is the day to say yes. Yes to the blessings. Yes to the peace. Yes to the purpose. Yes to the healing. Yes to the miracle. Speak it now. I am the vessel of the miracle. I carry the light. I am ready to receive what is mine. These words are not just affirmations. They are awakenings. They remind your spirit who you really are. And as you walk in this truth, your posture changes. You walk with more peace. You speak with more power. You look in the mirror and see not just a person, but a divine creation shaped by love, destined for greatness. The miracle doesn't come from outside. It flows from within. And today, you have become the open door. You are not alone in this journey. There are thousands of others, just like you, who are waking up to the truth of who they are. People who have struggled, cried, doubted, but are now choosing to believe again. A movement is rising, a movement of faith, hope, and miracles, and you are part of it. Your words matter more than ever. When you speak hope, you plant hope in others. When you declare peace, you calm the storms around you. When you say, "I believe," even in your weakness, you light a path for someone else who feels lost. This movement doesn't need leaders in suits or experts with titles. It needs hearts on fire. It needs souls who dare to say, "I receive my miracle, and I believe in yours too." This is how we change the atmosphere together, with one voice, one belief, one act of courage at a time. Don't keep this to yourself. Share your faith. Speak your truth. Let others know that miracles still happen, that they are not rare, they are real, and that they are available today. Let this be the moment you join in full, not just watching, not just hoping, but participating. Let your life be a testimony. Let your transformation be the proof, and let your words carry the fire that wakes others up. Speak daily, believe deeply, receive fully, and never forget your miracle is already on its way. The journey you're walking now is sacred. You've seen how powerful your words are. You've learned that your belief shapes your world, and that miracles begin inside before they ever show outside. You now understand that delays are not denials, and that you can break free from cycles that once held you back. More than anything, you've been reminded of a truth that changes everything. You are not powerless. You are a co-creator with the divine. You are the vessel, the voice, and the vision. And when you speak in faith, the universe listens. God listens. Your future listens. So speak life, speak love, speak light, and let your words unlock the floodgates of blessing that have been waiting just beyond your doubt. You don't have to force your miracle. You only need to receive it, and it begins with what you